I'm Derek Gilbert with a special report from Skywatch TV for Monday, November 4th, 2024. This is going to be a very busy week, so today's report just very short. A couple of things going on. Obviously, the election on Tuesday, but just from a personal standpoint, we're going to be recording programs for a new book that I've co-authored. Yes, another one, not Gates of Hell, which Sharon and I co-authored. That will be featured on Skywatch TV in the new year. This one is Destination Earth, co-authored with Donna Howell and Allie Anderson about the UFO, UAP phenomenon, and addressing the question, is God an alien? The ET gospel is making inroads, and frankly, there are more people who believe that the Earth is being visited by extraterrestrials than believe in God as He's revealed Himself in His Word. That is not an exaggeration. So these programs will be coming up very soon. And not to pat myself on the back, but this just really blows me away. As of this recording on Sunday afternoon, these two books, number 1 and number 3 new releases, best-selling new releases in the theology category at Amazon. Not on my list of things I ever expected to accomplish in this life. It just shows the value of surrounding yourself with really smart women. Of course, my best friend, Sharon K. Gilbert, Donna Howell, Allie Anderson, and thank you for making this possible, because this word needs to get out there. Two main stories, well, other things going on this week. In addition to the election on Tuesday, Sharon and I have been invited down to Morningside, where we'll be on the election night coverage broadcast from the Jim Bakker Show. You can watch that beginning at 8 p.m. Central Time Tuesday evening on the PTL Network's live stream. That's at ptlnetwork.com, and also on the PTL Network app for iOS, Android, Amazon Kindle Fire. Also their Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV channels. So you can tune in beginning at 8 p.m. Central Time, that's UTC-6, and watch election night coverage. So because we'll be there until very early Wednesday morning, the Wednesday 5 and 10 report will be coming to you in the afternoon, because we'll be sleeping in Wednesday morning, and then they'll have to collate what news we've got later that day. So again, 5 and 10 delayed on Wednesday. And then there's some things happening later this week that I'll tell you about on Wednesday that will complicate our schedules for a couple of weeks at least. Anyway, the two main stories we're watching this week, obviously the election and the final push towards Tuesday. Probably half of the voters who intend to vote have already cast early ballots here in the United States, which is the first time this has happened. Just one of the ways this election cycle is the strangest in my 62 years on this planet, probably the strangest you've ever seen as well, beyond the fact that one of the major party candidates didn't receive a single primary vote, was installed in the role because they were afraid to anger part of their constituency by saying, you know, she's a really weak candidate. Yes, we know she's a woman of color and she's the vice president, but there's a reason she dropped out of the presidential race back in 2019 before a single primary. She was polling so badly in her home state of California. She trailed the two old guys, Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden, and Elizabeth Warren, and not by a little bit either. She was in the low single digits. She spent 6 months basically living in Iowa trying to win the Iowa primary, made no headway there, and that's why she dropped out of the race early before any votes were taken. But because she was selected by Joe Biden, who'd promised to make a woman of color his vice president, here we are. Strangest election ever. And I will say this, Donald Trump, if the Republican nominee were anyone but Trump, the race would already be over. But that's because if it was anybody but Trump, it would probably be a candidate approved by the deep state. Trump definitely is not that, which is why the deep state is working so hard to keep him from getting back into the Oval Office. We'll know more, hopefully, by Wednesday morning. If not, just remember two things. Number one, don't believe every bit of news that comes across your social media feed. Try to verify it through another source, because there are a lot of guys who make bank on their YouTube channels by making claims that are so sensational it's hard to believe they're true, and it's often because they are so sensational that they're not true. They're unverified. Secondly, regardless of what happens in this election, regardless of who is inaugurated the 47th president of the United States on January 21st of 2025, the Lord is still sovereign. God is still on his throne. He will not slap himself on the forehead, as our friend Carl Gallup said back in 2020, and say, boy, I didn't see that coming. And there is no but. Don't say yes, but, because there is no qualifier here. God will still be on his throne. And we, as ambassadors for his kingdom, still have a job to do, which is making disciples of all nations and baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, which is a declaration of victory over those spirits imprisoned, the ones that sinned back in Noah's day. Anyway, the second big story this week is when and how Iran is going to retaliate. As we told you last week, Ayatollah Khamenei, according to the New York Times, reportedly decided last Monday to strike back at Israel because the damage inflicted by Israel during its attack on Iran was more substantial than what Iran admitted to. So we're waiting to see how and where it's going to respond, and then how Israel and perhaps other nations respond to that. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem in the meanwhile, and we will have more for you on tomorrow's full report on 5 and 10. I'm Derek Gilbert. Thanks for watching.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can watch this incredible new documentary by the legendary Steve Quayle along with writer and co-producer Daniel Holdings right now by streaming it at skywatchtvstore.com/stream. Follow the QR code on your screen right now to stream it instantly, or get your very own physical DVD copy when you order the Earth in the Crosshairs special offer. Earth in the Crosshairs demonstrates how the literal gates of hell have opened and what it means for all of mankind. This incredible new film takes you on a journey that examines the trans-dimensional invasion occurring on planet Earth right now and what the Bible has to say about the end times. Featuring Steve Quayle, Daniel Holdings, Dr. Travis Taylor, Cliff Mahudi, Marcellus Medina, Jesse G., William Henry, and more. But that's not all. When you order the Earth in the Crosshairs special offer, you'll also receive the 2 DVD collection Unmasking the Ancient Gods featuring Derek and Sharon Gilbert. Join them as they walk you step by step through full-length presentations on subjects like epigenetics and the age of the machine, self-directed apotheosis, return of the great old ones, Crowley, Chaos, and E.T. Disclosure, charting the uttermost north, why Gog of Magog won't be human, and many, many more. You'll also receive The Assyrian on DVD featuring the one and only Ryan Pitterson. This special report exposes the dark blueprint of the end times Antichrist that has been hidden within the ancient texts, illuminating a plot set in motion now that will introduce the mysterious Assyrian of the book of Isaiah, who is set to return very soon. Sold separately, these items hold a retail value of $100. Yours now for your donation of only $45, which includes free shipping to all U.S. orders. So don't delay. You can scan the QR code on your screen using the camera app on your phone for instant access to this special opportunity. You can also visit us at skywatchtvstore.com or call 1-844-750-4985 and ask for the Earth in the Crosshairs special offer.